NXT No Mercy 2025, September 27th, Saturday. Y'all already know. No Mercy. We back with another one. Y'all already know. It's here. The classic title, No Mercy. That's already a classic name. Y'all already know NXT. They here to do big things. Let's just get right into it. They kicked it off with Javon Evans versus who?
Josh Briggs.
Versus Josh Briggs. If y'all don't know, they just fought about maybe 2-3 weeks ago. They really had some really good matches. And, man, let's just get right into it, man. It started off, they was kind of going back and forth. Y'all already know the classic powerhouse versus like a high flyer. Even though Javon Evans, he young, he a high flyer, but he big. And he, he has a long arms and legs, and he to be as tall as he is and be doing them high. Usually high flyers like him be like short, like Rey Mysterio and stuff like that. And even with Josh Briggs, big as he is, he could do a moonsault. Josh Briggs is huge. But they've been going back and forth for a few weeks. And this match, man, it was the same thing. They going back and forth. The young OG, though, he was going crazy. All kind of wild frog splashes and cutters and moonsaults. Javon Evans can do anything. He can literally do anything. I don't know if I actually ever seen him do a 450 splash or something like that, though. But he was going crazy, man. So many different high fly moves and techniques he was doing. He gives an extra amount of effort on everything that he do. Every move that he do, he get higher. He move quicker. He's just on a whole nother level. Young as he is, man, he's gonna be a legend someday, a Hall of Fame, man, if he keep moving at this pace. What you think about Javon Evans, man?
He's a great wrestler. He avoids getting high so he can get high.
Yeah. Javon Evans is out here doing his thing, and Josh Briggs. He's a pretty good wrestler, too, but he got a lot of relationship issues. If you don't know, him and his ex-boyfriend, they just broke up about a month ago. Yoshiki is his name. He ain't been seen in about a month. It was a really tough relationship. A lot of domestic violence going on. A lot of arguing going on. It finally came to a standstill. It's over, though. And they want they separated. Yoshiki went back to Japan, and now Josh Briggs trying to do his thing, but it ain't helped though, cause it was just too much high fly, full pace motion going on with Javon Evans, man, doing this thing. He went crazy, man, and Josh Briggs couldn't keep up. Javon Evans is that guy, man. He was countering, doing flips, he's like a super fly, like martial artist type. He one of the greats, and he fresh off a match. Didn't Javon Evans just have a match on SmackDown last night?
Yeah, against Sami Zayn. He accepted the open challenge for the United States Championship.
Yeah, and Josh Briggs messed that up. Javon Evans could have been a United States champion. Javon Evans definitely finna be on the main roster. He just got a taste of the main roster, just being on SmackDown. But yeah, he got the victory over Josh Briggs easily. Beat him down, got the victory. Hopefully that's over with now. And after that though, they went into if y'all don't know, Kalani Jordan. What just happened with Kalani Jordan, man?
She is the new TNA Women's Knockout Champion.
Brand new knockout champion. If you don't know, Kalani who did she beat?
Xia Li.
Yeah, she just beat Xia Li, and if they was fighting for the knockout champion, if you want to know how was that even possible in the first place, how did the knockout championship become up for grabs?
Ash by Elegance had to vacate it. I don't think she's ever wrestling again.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not clear why exactly she vacated. Unknown reasons. I don't know. She could just be tired of wrestling. We don't know, but shouts out to Kalani. She brought the title back to NXT just like that out of nowhere. Who was expecting that? But after that, Kalani them highlights they showed, they had some news about Langley Reed. What was going on with that?
She's injured.
Yeah, so Langley Reed is not going to be able to compete tonight against Sol Ruka for the Speed Championship. So she faced an injury a couple of days ago. And that was pretty much the next match. Sol Ruka came out, with Zarya by her side, of course. And they out there waiting. Who gonna take Langley Reed place, man? So Langley Reed was, she injured, she ruled out, can't compete. And so that was, the pretty much the next match. Sol Ruka, she came out with Zarya, of course, and she was waiting in the ring, finding out who is gonna compete against her for the Speed Championship. And who came out, man?
Miss Parker.
Young Jada Parker. She came up, she stepped up, she taken Langley Reed place to fight Sol Ruka for that Speed Championship. And with this particular match, this Speed Championship, how many minutes they give them for the championship?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, because it's usually 3 minutes. But being that the fact that it was the championship, they gave them 5 minutes. Let me just tell y'all, this was a great match right here. Zarya was at the ringside. She was waving her flag. She always supporting Sol Ruka, even though I think she gonna turn on Sol Ruka. You was telling me how Jada Parker, she don't have a good record against Sol Ruka. She done had her soul snatched a bunch of times. Sol Ruka is on another level, and even throughout this whole match, they went back and forth a few times, but you could just tell that Sol Ruka she faster. They equal in the strength department. Sol Ruka got long arms and legs, so she got the she got the reach over Jada Parker. Jada Parker, she ain't really a high flyer. Sol Ruka is a high flyer, advanced high flyer. She always figure out how to win. She got great reversals. Jada Parker is great, and she great to look at, but she's just a step slower than Sol Ruka in every way. And Jada Parker is great, and she was able to land some big moves and out the ring and out the ring. And it was a point they was out the ring. Jada caught her, hit her with that ass, and she got into it with Zarya. Then she turned around, and who popped up out of nowhere?
Lash Legend.
Young Lash Legend. She was there looking great. You already know how we feel about how I feel about Lash Legend. And she came up, standing behind Jada. And it looked like she was about to hit her or something. And Jada hurry up, move out the way, because Zarya came in rushing with a spear, and she ended up popping Lash. Lash caught all the spear. Lash got laid out. Jada Parker, as she was like getting back in the ring, what happened, man?
She got her soul snatched again. She got her soul snatched. Sol Ruka caught her dirt. This was a nasty soul snatch too. This is one of my favorite soul snatch. Sol Ruka, she gets busy. And once she snatched Jada Parker's soul, she got that easy victory. And she's still the double champ, North American title holder, and a Speed Championship holder, man. What did you think about this match? It was a great match. I don't think Jada should have replaced Langley Reed, though. It could have been somebody else.
Like who? Who you think should have took that spot?
Not Jada.
I don't know who else. I was happy that Jada got a shot to do it, man. I like to see Jada Parker wrestle and do her thing, but every time she get a chance to fight for a title, she always end up losing. And then she didn't even get hit by Lash technically, so she didn't take no damage from Lash at all. It was fair all around the board. But it was a great match in my opinion. Sol Ruka and Jada Parker, I definitely looking forward to them fighting again in the future. But after that, though, they had pretty much a Joe Hendry interview. He was in the back, pretty much giving it up to Dark State and talking about how he respects them as a team, as a unit, as a brotherhood, and he's fans of them actually pretty much. And out of nowhere, Dark State popped up on them, and they had a real aggressive attitude. They don't like Joe Hendry. It don't matter how many props that he give them, how good he talk about them. They don't give a damn. Cyclone Sugars and all of them. I'm not a huge fan of some members in Dark State, but I do rock with Dark State. But yeah, they hate Joe Hendry. But that brings us into the next match. The next match they had of the night was a big match, a grudge match. Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe. And if y'all don't know, they've been going at it for a while. This is this should be like the final chapter in they beef right here. What type of match was this, man?
A weaponized steel cage match.
A weaponized steel cage match. Y'all already know. I ain't never heard of that term weaponized in any type of format of wrestling. But it's a weaponized steel cage match. That means weapons inside of the steel cage. So Jordan came out, Blake came out. They had pink weapons like plastered to the side of the cage to get them going. They had bats, trash cans, all kind of stuff was up in there, in the ring and stuff. And let me tell you, what's been going on with your girl Blake Monroe, man?
I don't know. She's changed. I don't know.
Please speak on it. What has changed about her? This your girl right here. This one of your favorites or your faves?
Okay, she's not one of my favorites. I used to be a Blake Monroe fan, but she went from being the glamorous Blake Monroe to the woman from hell.
Yeah, basically, and that's what the announcers were saying the whole entire match. How pretty much evil Blake Monroe is. She took a walk on the dark side or the evil side, whatever you want to call it. Blake Monroe is evil now. She's an evil person, human being. They had blow dryers, pink weapons, tables, cocaine, all kind of stuff was out there. She had a glamour bag out there, scissors. They was going back and forth the entire time because you don't know. Even Jordan Grace, she's strong as hell, but Blake Monroe, she could take a lot of damage. If y'all didn't know, she fought Toni Storm, and they had an incredible match. They went back and forth till they was all bloody, and that's kind of like Blake Monroe. She built for that type of match if it go that way. And it came to a point where she had like kind of tied Jordan Grace up, and she grabbed some scissors out her glamour bag. And what happened with that, man?
She cut Jordan Grace's hair off.
She cut Jordan Grace's hair. She started cutting, not the whole thing. She ain't give her like a ball like Anderson, Adam Silver haircut or nothing. But she got him real. She cut her hair, and she pissed her off. Jordan Grace didn't like that at all. They started going at it even harder after that. Jordan Grace was catching her with a lot of nice slams and stuff, but Blake Monroe, she kept getting like the upper hand with the weapons, the chairs, the kendo sticks. She definitely good at using them weapons. She even pulled out what she have a bag of that she pulled out?
Diamonds.
A bag of diamonds. I'm glad it wasn't. I done seen wrestlers put out all bag of all kind of stuff. We knew it wasn't gonna be no thumbtacks, but she pulled out a bag of diamonds, and she ended up getting slammed on them by Jordan Grace, hitting that reversal like that. And they even got. I would prefer if it was first one who escaped the cage like back in the day, but you already know these days they don't do that, so it was paying for the win. But they was at the top of the cage at one point. They had the table set up, and they was going at it. And I think out of nowhere, I don't know where Jordan Grace pulled the crowbar from, but she pulled the crowbar out of nowhere. And once she did that, she tried to hit Blake Monroe. Blake Monroe, she like tossed some coke right in her face. She tossed some coke right.
That was Osiris Griffin deodorant powder.
That man, it damaged her. But at the same time, you thought it damaged her, but it really gave her that extra strength she needed. Because what ended up happening when they was at the top of the cage after that deodorant powder?
Jordan Grace slammed her off the top of the cage pretty much and got that pin for the win.
Through the Slim Jim table, and she got that pin for the win. So you already know how Jordan Grace feeling right now. She got some revenge. If you didn't know, Blake Monroe been calling her fat and ugly and all kind of names over the last few months. So Jordan Grace, you know she's celebrating tonight. She got a big victory, man. She got a big victory. Shouts out to her. But after Jordan Grace won, they went to pretty much a Halloween Havoc promo. If y'all don't know, it's gonna be October 25th. Make sure y'all look out for that. What you think about this new Halloween Havoc coming up?
I hope it's good.
I hope it's good too. I definitely do. They got a lot of surprises and stuff. You already know. I know last year Halloween Havoc was not good, y'all. They barely even mentioned the fact that it was actually Halloween. They didn't even mention it was Halloween really at all. On the last one, so I'm hoping they do it this time. But after that though, they had Ava. She was speaking. She had a big announcement, Everybody was shocked. She was sitting down because Ava wasn't here last Tuesday at last NXT, and a lot of stuff went down. A lot of matches was being made. She had the Stevie Turner and her pal taking over, but she came back with an announcement because if you didn't know, last week TNA they took over. They rushed the building. They attacked the wrestlers. They was all throughout the building, and it's been a lot been going on. But what was Ava's big announcement?
Ava's big announcement is that there's going to be, I think I remember her saying, 2 different War Games matches between 4 NXT superstars and 4 TNA superstars, men and women.
Invasion, October 7th. Make sure y'all get ready for it. It's finna be crazy. It's finna go down, man, just like the old days. We ain't had an invasion since back in the day. Booker T was super hype. If y'all don't know, he was a part of that first invasion. So make sure y'all look out for this, man. NXT best superstars and TNA best superstars going at it, and we're gonna find out really who is the better brand. And she also made another special announcement that I think at Evasion we're gonna have Dark State fight the Hardy Boys in a double title match. Winner gets the tag team titles. Y'all don't know, Hardy Boys is the TNA championship champions and Dark State are champions. They both putting up their titles on the line. Man, who you think gonna win that match and why?
Dark State.
That's all that needs to be said. I personally think the Hardy Boys finna grab them titles off of Dark State. We're gonna get in that later on though. But after that though, they had Young Last Legend. She came back out and made a pretty much was like talking to the crowd, made like an announcement that she planned on being the leader of the women's part of the invasion. And she was pretty much telling the crowd how she ready to take over and lead the charge and stuff. In the middle of her talking, Jada Parker came out and attacked her again, and they start going at it and had to be broken up. And then after that, so they still going at it. Last Legend and Jada Parker still going at it. They having a rivalry right now. But after that though, they had Laney Reed. Y'all already know she was supposed to fight Sol Ruker early in the night for the Speed Championship, but she got pulled because she got injury. She had an injury, and she was in the back telling people that she wished she could compete, but she can't do nothing right now until she heals. She got a foot injury or something. Lola Vice walked up on her. They kind of talked for a quick minute, and Lola Vice, she getting ready to put in that work for the night. You already know. But after that though, they had a big match for the Men's North American Championship. Who was in that match, man?
Ethan Page versus Tavion Heights.
Ethan Page versus Tavion Heights, the Olympian guy with the afro who was just in No Quarter Catch crew. And long story short, man, they went back and forth. They've been fighting. They had a flag match. They fought each other in the what was that tag team match they had with Chelsea Green? What was that? Was that Heat Wave? Yeah, that was Heat Wave. They done fought so many times at this point. Long story short, Ethan Page won. He got the victory. Tavion Heights, he still ain't got what it takes to be a champion. Come on now. But yeah, Ethan Page got the victory easily. Not really easily. They went back and forth at moments, but Tavion Heights is not ready to be the North American champion. Ethan Page got the victory, and after that, Dr. Wagner appeared on the screen, said he's setting his sights on that North American championship, and Ethan Page better look out because he gunning for that title. But after that, though, they had Miles Bourne. They had pretty much like a short little interview promo thing with him. He was talking about how he ready for this invasion that's coming up. Everybody getting ready for this invasion. And they had Mike Santana, your boy Mike Santana.
I hate Mike Santana.
Talking about how he ready to take NXT down and take over for this invasion. It's going down, y'all already know. But after that, though, they had one of the most anticipated matches of the night everybody was looking forward to. They in their hometown. They had Lola Vice versus who?
JC Jane, your boo thing. You love you some JC Jane.
Young JC Jane. Fallon Henley with her. If y'all don't know, no Jasmine Nix. She just pretty much got released from the company days before this event even happened. So you already know. But to get right into it, this Lola Vice versus JC Jane, it was a great match. They was going back and forth. You already know on a technical level, JC Jane cannot handle Lola Vice in any type of way. Lola Vice, she's stronger. She bigger. She faster. Some people will say she better, if you know what I mean. Some people say she's just all around the board better than JC Jane, but JC Jane don't care though. You know, JC Jane, JC Jane got 4 successful title defenses. She been doing her thing. Fallon Henley was trying to help look throughout the match. It came to one point. Lola Vice was finna get the win. Fallon Henley came out of nowhere, pulled the referee out, and she got ejected. They was going back and forth. What's Lola Vice special called? What was it? Spinning back fist? The spinning back fist. And JC Jane got that rolling encore. Very similar moves. And they was trying to catch each other with them, back and forth, and it was going crazy. They was missing, and none of them really connected. It was going back and forth between the two, and they end up getting like she ended up getting knocked out the ring actually, easily, by JC Jane at one point, because JC Jane she started beating on Lola Vice as the match went past, and as Lola Vice was recovering outside of the ring, what happened to Lola Vice?
Some moron attacked her.
I don't know who this person was, man. Who was this? Do you know who this was?
No.
I don't know what to say about this. I really don't know what to say about this. I don't know who this was. I don't know if this was a guy. I don't know if this was a dude. I don't know who this was. Came out, attacked Lola Vice in her hometown, and if you didn't know, her family was in the crowd. And JC Jane was talking big shit to her family, to her dad, sisters, mom, all of that. And they came out, attacked Lola Vice. She got threw back in the ring. Well, she got back in the ring, and JC Jane lined her up and caught her ass with that rolling encore. Got the pin for the 1, 2, 3. What did you think about this match, man?
It was very, very disappointing. But I know you love that JC won, of course.
JC Jane won. She proved that she could do it without Jasmine Nix and Fallon Henley at that point. She was once considered the most beatable champion. Even before this match, Langley Reed, when Lola Vice walked up on Langley Reed told Lola Vice that she gonna lose against JC Jane. And let's not forget, just not a few months ago, Langley Reed said JC Jane was the most beatable champ. So how do you think Lola Vice can't beat the most beatable champ? That shows what she thinks of Lola Vice. I think they gonna be beefing next for sure, 100%. But yeah, JC Jane won. She got the victory. She retained, and she's still the NXT Women's Champion.
You love it.
It's going down, you know. It's been a JC Jane summer. It's looking like it's going to be a JC Jane fall. And it's probably going to be a JC Jane winter, too. So make sure all of y'all get ready. Make sure y'all get y'all JC Jane posters and y'all stickers and merch.
I know you are.
And represent for young JC, because she out here doing her thing. And it is what it is, man. His favorite influence is not dead. We back. But after that, though, they had Moose. He's speaking on Invasion. You already know he one of the top heavy hitters. Who we gonna have go against Moose? Up in the who can go against Moose and represent for the NXT?
An actual Moose.
Moose strong as hell, man. He getting ready for Invasion. It's finna go down. You already know. So after Moose got done talking about how he getting ready for Invasion, how he finna represent and show that TNA is the bigger brand than NXT. That's what he said. They showed that Lash Legend and Jada Parker finna have another fight next week, part 2. If y'all don't know, last month Lash Legend beat Jada Parker. Now this is the rematch, part 2. And yes, Lash Legend was attacked after she won against Jada Parker the first time, but they going against each other again in a few days, this up and coming Tuesday. Who you got winning this match, man, and why?
Lash.
You got Lash winning again for 2 in a row against Jada Parker?
Yeah.
It is what it is. And then after that, it's going to be a sit down, and they're going to pick teams kind of like a draft type thing. You already know we didn't get a draft this year, so I'm happy about they going to do it like this. Ava and Santa what's dude name on TNA, bro?
Santino Marrera.
Man, that Santino guy. You already know. They going to pick their teams. This gonna be interesting right here to see who they both pick and who gonna represent NXT and TNA. If Ava picked the wrong people, NXT might lose. If TNA picked the right people, TNA can get this victory. But after that though, they had Obafemi promo. They show all his accomplishments, pretty much how he on his 11th title defense. Obafemi been running the game. The only other person that's been more successful than him is Tiffany Stratton. Oba and Tiffany Stratton is on the same level when it comes to defending their belts this year. They've been going crazy this year. And they showed a Ricky Saints promo too. You already know he get a lot of love. A lot of people are Ricky Saints fans, you know. And they were showing both of them how they both been putting in a lot of work. Which brings us to our main event of the night, man. What's the main event, man?
Obafemi versus Ricky Saints.
Young Ricky Saints. And what's the stakes here?
The NXT Championship.
Y'all already know. No mercy, man. Let's get right into it, man. This was a great match, man. These two, we talking about a powerhouse versus that technical wrestler. You already know. Ricky Saints, he big, but he not small. He kind of is like a miniature Rock. He not a high flyer. He not super strong. He just does everything like well. He really don't have too many weaknesses. He's good though, and he been doing it for a long time. Obafemi, super powerhouse. It came for like one spot. It was like for 8 minutes straight. Obafemi was just beating his ass, throwing him around like he was a little big head action figure. You already know. And if you seen them pictures of Ricky Saints when he was a kid, you know what I'm talking about. Go look up them Ricky Saints childhood photos. They man, look them up. You gonna see what I'm talking about. But Obafemi, he was beating his ass for like 7-8 minutes straight. Ricky Saints didn't have nothing he can do. And who was announcing tonight with Booker T? What's the dude's name?
Vic Joseph. Vic
Joseph is funny, man. Vic Joseph, he been hanging around Booker T so much, he done pick up some of his slangs, his quotes. Vic Joseph is funny as hell, man. So is Booker T. Both of them becoming my favorite. They starting to remind me of like almost. I put them up there with King and JR, man. I'm rocking with Vic Joseph and Booker T on the commentating team. That's why they had them on SmackDown last week or whatever, you know. But Oba and Ricky Saints, man, going at it. Classic matchup. Both of them. At this point, Oba, he on the hot streak. But he don't have that much experience as Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints has been doing it a lot longer than Obafemi. And who is Ricky Saints known for training? Who do Ricky Saints train with?
Jade Cargill.
He trains with Jade Cargill. He trained tough a lot, help her get better, get her skills polished. And yeah, they was just going at it. It came to this one part where Oba was finna beat the snot out of Ricky Saints. Finna plant his face in the ground, and this dude got like on the ground, like on all fours, like a baby, like a look. He like a cat when they go loaf. He made a loaf. It was a Ricky Saints loaf. He said it's playing possum. Oba stopped, and Ricky Saints called him. It was just some cheat. Oh man, Ricky Saints used every move in the book, but he didn't cheat though. But he just won that. But he tried to play possum. He went in loaf mode. Obafemi caught what he's doing and caught his ass with a nasty ass clothesline. And they was going at it. And it was a time Obafemi caught that man, hit him with the signature, hit him with the fall from grace, and Ricky Saints still kicked out easily. Everybody was shocked. Ricky Saints was kicking out. He was showing his heart, man. Them fall for grace be taking people out. They be taking people out. It was also this one part though. They was on. They had got to the announce table, and Obafemi, he was finna like slam him through the announce table, and Ricky Saints reversed it, caught him with a DDT. The announce table didn't break. These what you think about these reinforced announce tables?
Bring the old announce tables from the Attitude Era back. I want the tables to break more. They look cool, but they suck.
We talking over 500 pounds was on that table. Over Femi 300 plus. Ricky Saints about 200 pounds even. Table still didn't break. But yeah, they were still going at it heavy. And let me just tell y'all, I'm not a huge Ricky Saints fan at all. I definitely wanted, him to lose. Ricky Saints, this dude he got down on all fours like he was a cat loafing, acting like a baby. He even ran a little bit at one point. And he needs some pants on. Ricky Saints needs some fucking pants on. Man, Ricky Saints, that little move he do is super weird. But let me tell y'all, it was going down. He called Femi called him with like a fall for grace. Beat him down. Pinned him. Ricky still kicked out. The only reason Ricky Saints won this match against Femi because he started spamming DDTs. He must have DDT over, I swear, like 10 times in this match. He even did it on the announce table. He did it out the ring, tornado DDTs, off the rope DDTs, off the turnbuckle DDTs. DDT after DDT after DDT. He DDT'd Femi to death. Femi couldn't do nothing else. It was so many damn DDTs, man. What did you think of this match, man?
It was a awesome match. Ricky Saints is the new NXT champion.
The streak is broken. And I don't know how I feel about that. If Oba would have won, this would have been 12 title defenses. But, all great things come to an end. I'm hoping to see Femi on the main roster soon because he definitely deserves it. But, yeah, this was a great match. Even though I said about the spamming of the DDTs, man, Ricky Saints did his thing. He had hard. He kicked out from the fall for grace. He did his thing. Even though the nigga was spamming all kind of DDTs and he needs some pants on, he still did his thing. He hung in there. He went toe-to-toe with the ruler himself and came out on top. And I got none but love and respect for him for that. Ricky Saints is the new NXT champion. And that's how the night ended, man. What did you think of No Mercy 2025?
It was great. Ricky Saints, the new champion. I'm mad that Lola lost, though, but you know how it is, you and JC.
What was the best match of the night?
I'm going to go with Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace.
Now, you was telling me that you didn't really care about that match. What made you think that they had the best match of the night?
This is a better match than I expected.
Yeah, that was a great match. Yeah, this was a good pay-per-view. I honestly think this. What you think? Which pay-per-view you think was better? This one or WrestlePalooza?
No Mercy.
No Mercy came through again. NXT. I feel the same way. WrestlePalooza. To me, that card wasn't nothing, man. I don't know, but that's another day, another topic. But for real, No Mercy. A lot of surprises. We got Invasion coming up. It was just an overall good show from top to bottom, from where they kicked it in with Javon Evans and everybody. It was great. Everybody getting involved with it. Moose, Mike Santana, everybody getting ready for Invasion. Jada and Lash was there. They talked about how Kalani is the new knockout champion. This was a great pay-per-view right here. I like No Mercy. No Mercy was really good. But everything comes to an end. Make sure y'all look out for what we got installed next week, because they got next week. It's finna go down next week, next Tuesday. Make sure y'all look out for that. And we got what is that, Crown Jewel coming up. We got a lot of stuff going on. Make sure y'all stay tuned, man, because NXT got some stuff ready, man. Invasion coming soon, man. Message of the day.
We talking about Bianca Belair. Her ponytail stands out on her. All the women in the locker room know what to do. Yank her by the hair.